Mark, an accomplished, hard-working and resolute display today. How pleased are you with those 3 points?
Yeah, we are really pleased with it. It was hard fought. We had to really dig in for it. I thought in the first half of the first half, I thought we were excellent. We obviously had the goal disallowed for offside and created a couple of really good counter-attacking options, and almost how we wanted to play played out really, really well. So we thought the first bit was great, and then we had to really hang on a little bit in the first half towards the end without having to create defence the goal so often. Dimi hasn't had too many saves to make, but the weight of pressure sometimes can tell. And the same in the start of the second half, and obviously the real latter stages of the game. We're hanging on a little bit, but at the same time, Dimi makes one great save, and we defend our box brilliantly. And I think game 5 at the end of a busy month, and, we've got Tuesday to go, and then we get a bit of a break. For the lads to put in the work ethic that they're putting in is outstanding, and it's an excellent result that keeps some good form going here.
Yeah, tactically, it looked like your side got it absolutely spot on. They closed down in midfield, so Sheehan and Sarcevic stopped the fullbacks getting forward to cause too much damage and denied the service to Owen Doyle. How satisfied are you with the way the players carried out the game plan today?
I'm really happy with how we defended around our box in the second half. I thought in the first 30 minutes we were outstanding at it, or 25 probably, and then I thought throughout the rest of the game we did it well, but it becomes hard because you do get deeper, you're protecting a lead, their centre-backs get higher with the ball, they overload you a little bit more in a wide area, and it's really hard to control a team that, number one, make the pitch big, put lots of attackers in the area and around the box, and have got good footballers. They're a really good side. But I think the fact, we played them at the end of last season, or March, I think it was last season, and went to their place and had a really, really tough night. But we've learnt from that, and I think that showed today. And I have to say the players' patience, resilience, and just ability to be calm when you spend so long without the ball was exceptional, and I'm really, really pleased with them for that, because some games are going to have to look like that for us this year. And in fairness to the supporters as well, they were outstanding, because it's really easy for people to just think, run after them, chase, press, get the ball back, a little bit like last week. But we felt if we did that too early or too often higher up the pitch, we'd just get opened up, and we wanted to try and deny that. So patience from everybody today is great, and we go on a good run here now.
You mentioned the supporters, they would have enjoyed the goal, which seems a long time ago now, Mark, doesn't it? But well executed by Shiloh Tracy. Yeah,
very good, and we know he gives us that pace, and work ethic's been excellent at the moment. And I think with all our attacking players, in the end you get judged on your end product, and for him it's important that he adds those assists and creation of chances and goals to his game, because we need a goal threat all over the pitch from midfield and from wide areas, and he took it well. It was a good goal. I felt like the goal was coming for us actually at that time. I thought we were on top of the game and playing very, very well, and then we managed to get through to half time, which was good for us and important. But yeah, really pleased with Shiloh's finish and his impact in the game.
I guess it's so important that there's a lot of emphasis, of course, on the front end, but Wes Houlihan, James Brophy, Shiloh Tracy today playing behind Joe Ironside. It's really important that they weigh in with the goals and the assists.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And on a day like today, you're going to limit the number of chances. I think we had 6 attempts, 3 on target. They had 13, 1 on target. We've had 26% of the ball, which you can't do all the time. But what we did do is we controlled where and how they played, and that was partly due to those boys. And whilst you're asking them to be very clinical in the moments that we do get on a day like today, and that's where we have to be a bit better to create a bit more from certain situations, what you are really asking them to do is block the middle of the pitch and put in an incredible defensive shift. And I thought they did that today. The work ethic of them, that isn't your typical Wes Houlihan game or Shiloh, James Brophy. That's not the game they really want to be involved. They want to be impacting the game in the attacking half of the pitch more often than that, but their attitude to just deal with it and come through it, it's rewarding in the end when you take home 3 points.
Yeah, of course. Shiloh will get a lot of the headlines for his goal, which was actually the 100th since you took charge a couple of years ago. But I thought the collective defending, the collective attitude was spot on today. And you mentioned Wes Houlihan, but the whole side.
Yeah, great work. I think midfield players had to work really, really hard. You're always torn in the second half, going, right, do we need to drop a midfield player down? We did towards the end. Do we need to get another central midfield player on the pitch to give us new legs? Brophy blew up a bit, so it was dunks. Shiloh was never going to probably do the distance, and we thought Nibsy's probably a bit more up to speed than Jack Lancaster to get him on the pitch. Sam Smith, Joey rolled his ankle first half, had a dead leg and was really struggling and not getting much out of the referee in terms of contact game. So we thought if we could get legs and a runner, that might help us get up the pitch. So the boys that came on did well. But in terms of everybody, I think we've seen it now a number of times. We've been in games, we've been super competitive, and they're working incredibly hard. Which in the end, if you're the coach of a team, that's the biggest thing you want to see from your players. And I'm sure supporters are the same. Of course, there's days you want to dominate the ball more, create more chances, be a little bit more free throwing and those things. But we have to understand and be humble enough, and we are a humble club. We know where we are, and we're going to have some tough days, and we've got to try and come out with them like we have done today, which is an outstanding return for us.
Yeah, you mentioned tough days. Obviously, it was a tough performance out there from everyone. Joe Ironside, you mentioned he picked up the little knock there, but I thought his centre forward play up against two big central defenders was fantastic today.
Yeah, he does great. He's an absolute target for us. People try and rip his shirt off, and he don't get a lot of love from officials. So that's frustrating. But he keeps going at it. You know, it's a bit like. There's so many forms of bravery. He puts himself in physical situations all the time, and then you look at another form of bravery is Wes will take the ball anywhere at any time in the game, and both are really important for us. But yeah, Joey led the line well for the period he was on, and I thought Sam had a nice spring in his step when he came on, which gave us a good runner to try and threaten, and we might have made a bit better use of a couple of counter-attacks this afternoon as well.
Yeah, 5 games in, 2 wins, 2 draws and just the 1 defeat up at Accrington. How encouraging is that for you, the start of the campaign?
Yeah, good. I mean, you can evaluate every performance in real depth, which we do and have. But I guess in the first 5 games, you want to take some good points. You want to try and create yourself a team that's hard to beat here. So that's good. It gives everybody some confidence, but it's early days still. I think, you know, give it another 5-6 games and we're into double figures, and you start to get a little picture of where things are. I think the league's not shaping out at the moment, but early on in the season to get some results and keep some momentum and really just to build some belief in the team, I think that's important. So yeah, we've had a good few weeks. Another game to go Tuesday, and then I think the international break, which is all new for us, is quite well timed because a few boys need a bit of time to just refresh before we go again.
Thanks, Mark. Well done today.
Thank you.